Hi YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. We have this Veikous, I don't know. It's from Walmart. My mom bought it. It's a planter box, and I'm about to put it together. I know nothing about this, but it came with instructions. It came with some fairly well packaged looking hardware. The package that those were in were tore up, and the package this came in, though, was in pretty good shape. So I don't know why inside the box that package over there was all tore up. But regardless, everything appears to be here and in good shape. So we are going to go ahead and start putting it together. So I'm going to start looking at the instructions first, figure out what we need first. The bags are actually marked 1 through 6. So hopefully I need bag number 1 first, unless it's just saying bag number 1 should have this many pieces, which might be what it is. So we got leg M. I think we need a leg A. I will say this wood is not in great shape right off the bat. I'm going to show this. Hopefully you can see that. There's definitely some gouges in here of some sort. It looks like somebody had this underneath whatever they were cutting and cut through it with the saw. So I will say I'll put a price in the screen of what it cost, and you can decide if that's kosher with you. If I had the time, I'd probably go take this back, but we actually had this delivered through the mail, so it is what it is. It's going to be outside and it's going to get more beat up. But I mean, they stained over that, so they knew that gouges were there and just went ahead and finished it off. And this isn't cheap enough to be doing that kind of thing. We got our 2 M's, our 2 A's, and our 2 C's. So we're going to sit that back there and that back there. We're going to take one of these and one of these. And I'm assuming they have grooves in them. These have tongues here. So obviously the tongues are going to go into the grooves, and we're going to screw into them. Boy, these are just junk. I will say, I don't know as I'd buy this. I'll put a price, but I will say the quality, there's cracks where it's been re-glued back together. There's places, yeah, this is where this is busted off and they glued it back together right here. I don't know if you probably can't see it on camera, but it is not a good product as far as quality. It looks like there's some sort of epoxy in here, and it's still like kind of like it's not dried. I don't know. There's a groove here, and then you got the 2 tongues right here. So the groove needs to be towards the bottom or the longer part here. So I need to make sure that will go in that direction, like that. We're going to take these, and then you take the number 1 baggie here, and we're going to screw it together. And I'm going to put it in the middle here. So I'm setting it this way so that the weight will kind of hold it in. I haven't decided. Here's the conundrum I'm having, is that this will go kind of up and down in here quite a bit. Now you could have it even with the top, but then this is going to have quite a bit of dirt and weight into it, so therefore I'm afraid it's going to pull it down anyway. So I'm just going to put it down at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and screw it in at the bottom down here. Don't over tighten it. These probably will strip out. I think this is just pine. Okay. Yet again, we want the groove at the bottom down here, and this groove is going to be facing inward because the sides are going to go in this one. Just going to go ahead and wait a minute. I almost messed that one up. There you go. Make sure that this groove here is facing the same as this one up here. Again, make sure this is towards it goes well. Towards that way. If you're not comfortable with a screw gun, you can definitely do this by hand. It's fairly soft wood. All right, and we're going to set that to the side for now. And we're going to go ahead and put this side together here. Well, I already made my first mistake here when putting this together. I went on to the next one, and these holes right here need to somehow be going through here. So I believe I actually switched these from side to side. That's why, although these look the same, and it will actually sort of work. If I drilled a hole right here, I could make it work, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tear it apart and do it correctly. I got a sticker on me. But yeah, you want to make sure that when it's sitting like this with the groove to the inside, all the grooves to the inside, that the M is on this side and the A is on this side. So we're back on track now. You just want to make sure that there's in the next section here, bag number 5, there's some bolts that are going to go through here and some what I'd call barrel nuts that are going to fit into this hole right here on this side panel. So there we go. It's time to start putting these side panels on. So groove at the bottom yet again. So this needs to go this way, and it's going to go in the groove there, the tongue. I'm going to go ahead and pull this number 5 bag because I want to make sure also that the hole here is lined up with this before I put screws in and have it not line up. I'm going to go ahead and start this in here. Definitely, I don't know, they must have used some sort of punch for this, I think, because it's definitely not really a hole. So I've got this kind of setting over the edge here so I can kind of manipulate this. It's really tight in there though, so I can't really do a whole lot, but I think it's far enough down that I should be able to kind of put this in the hole here. There's actually a screwdriver cut out there right here, so make sure, I don't know if both sides actually have it. Yeah, there's only one side that has the screwdriver cut out, and honestly I didn't even notice it till now, so we're going to put that in. Hopefully I'm going to get more light on the situation here. Well, not only am I dealing with a new camera, new sound equipment, but I'm also dealing with lighting right now because I'm changing my shop all around, so all my lights aren't in the right places anymore. But regardless, I somehow either didn't film this last part of me putting these on. I don't think anyways. We'll have to find out when I edit. But regardless, if I didn't, I still have this part up here to put on as well, the other side, and it's put on exactly the same. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and move on. I'm not going to tear this all apart just to do that again. And I'll show that to you when we get to that part. Now we're going to move on to the actual bottom pieces here. And you have an E, a D, 2 E's and 2 D's is what you have. Those apparently are these ones here with holes in the bottom of them. And you got the 2 D's go in the middle. and the 2 E's go on the outside. So here is one of the E's. It's got the cut right here in each corner, and that cut goes down into the slot that's in this side piece right here. So I don't know yet again if it matters. There's a little hole here, but that could just be a hole from a knot. And then they actually do have drilled holes for drainage, I'm assuming. But I'm not seeing that there's a difference in which way I put it, as long as the one part goes down in the groove here. So we're just going to put that in for now. And then the 2 D's go in the middle, and they're the same basic board, but they don't have the cuts in them. So yet again, I am not seeing anything that says top, right, or left on here. So we're just going to go ahead and put that down. It does. Got some shooting stuff down here on the ground. And we don't have to decide on yet. You want these facing up. Okay, so we got these barrel nuts here, and there's holes right here and right here on the inside of the side pieces. So we're going to shove those into the holes like that. And then if you need be, you can put a screwdriver in those and turn them so that they face. You want the groove facing the same direction as the hole. Hopefully that makes sense. And then on the other side, yet again, I just put these down in here and made sure that I was able to thread one in, which this doesn't seem to be working. So I'm going to turn it all the way around and see if maybe it has to go in by one direction, but I wouldn't think so. Well, if this hole might not be quite. There we go. Oh, this doesn't want to go in there, so I'm going to slowly see if we can get it to go in. There we go. And I'll do the same thing on this side here. Start by hand if you can, but it does seem to almost like it needs a little bit extra, but they both went in now. Now we just got to get this in here. And the bottom needs to go in the groove in the bottom, and then those will go down and lock into that barrel nut, hopefully. There we go. That one's not going to line up, so there we go. All right, so you might have to take a screwdriver and get it lined up. And they actually did have a plan for this right here. There's actually a section here, but it doesn't actually put these together. I kind of thought about putting like a board between here and screwing it together just to kind of lock these together, but I'm just going to go with what they have for now, and that way we'll know down the road how well it's held up the way they have it designed. Then we're going to have our bag number 2. We put the slats across here. There's little cutouts right here, and also the slats have a cutout on one side. They just kind of coincide with each other. And then you put there's shorter screws in bag number 2 here. I'm just going to whip those in. Which is just the cloth. And it's already kind of sewed for where it needs to go. Let's see here. Here's they go on the side, so it comes with these tacks right here. I just happen to have a tack hammer, but you could use any hammer. So I'm just going to use my Leatherman here so I don't smash my fingers. And put that dead even and in the center here as much as I can. And I'm going to do the center all the way around just to kind of hold it up, and then I'm just going to go to town and put them as wherever evenly. I'm going to split this in half and this in half, this in half, this in half, and go around and keep splitting everything in half until I run out of these. Then we got bag number 3, which has some longer screws again, and bag number 4, which has the dowels here. And then the dowels go in the bottom here. I may need to get the little hammer out here. They definitely did not drill holes. They punched holes, it looks like, in this thing. Alright. I don't know which way I want to go. We're going to stick that on there. Make it as even as I can. Just eyeballing it. And then the number 3 bag screws go in here. And in the midst of messing up on that other side over there, I also forgot to show you putting the screws in the sides after I put the barrel nut and bolt together. So it's holding well together that way, but I'm going to go ahead and throw the screws in as well. Well, there it is in all its glory, such as it is. Yet again, I've already told you what the price is. It's fairly sturdy. Time is yet to be seen how long it'll last. I will be definitely doing an update on this. If you want to wait until you learn how long this one's lasted for me. Couple of things that I think would make this stronger is if they did something to tie the bottom pieces together a little bit, although those need to be able to expand and contract. That's why they do have the tongue and groove and that kind of stuff. But once you put the screws in, you're kind of negating that, so I don't know if we're going to have cracking problems and that kind of stuff. As well as the screws are definitely kind of ugly. I would maybe get some brown paint or something and maybe paint those if you want it to look a little nicer. Yet again, this is just going to go in my backyard with some We're just going to grow some vegetables in it of some sort, I think. But all in all, it's a pretty good size. It's a little short for me, but I think for my mom it'll work out really good because she's fairly short. I do think you need to have probably a rubber mallet of some sort of small hammer or a hammer to put those in, and a screwdriver just to get those barrel nuts where you need them. Screw gun is optional, and I will admit there's a couple spots where it slipped and dinged it up if you really care, but honestly they didn't care. It's pretty dinged up right out of the package, so I'm not super happy with the quality. I think it'll be sturdy enough. How long it'll last, yet to be seen. Otherwise, there you go. Now you know. Hopefully somebody got something out of that. Yet again, keep an eye out for some updates on this because I'm sure I'll have some down in the future. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.